what time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe.
Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited about this video because I'm doing a Q&A. I asked you on Instagram to ask me some questions and you delivered. And I'm really excited because today is in collaboration with my really good friend via Instagram and YouTube. She's a fellow mama. Her name is Mackenzie Herman. So Mackenzie's YouTube channel, she puts out a lot of great content and she does a lot of like same things as me, motherhood. She also struggled with fertility, so she has a couple videos like that, but she is hilarious and she does a lot of day in the life and you will crack up. She is so real and down to earth, and her daughter Frankie is literally the cutest and her Instagram is goals. So make sure after you're done watching my video, you head on over to her channel and check out her video, and also make sure to check out her Instagram and follow her over there because you will love watching her little family. What we're doing today is answering all your juicy questions while building a gingerbread house. Now, every year me and my husband do this, but I'm not that great at it. So I'm gonna try to deliver a mansion for you. And I just went with the classic gingerbread house kit today. So I have the questions on my phone and I will start answering them once I get this out and set up. And I just realized this is like the tiniest gingerbread house ever. First one is from my friend Brittany. She said, why did you start your YouTube channel? So I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, probably for like years, literally like 7, 8 years, probably longer than that. It was probably before me and my husband got together. Oh, hold on, I have to cut this. So when I first wanted to start it, I was really into watching Carly Bible. And I am in no way a makeup artist. I do have my cosmetology license, but I was never really into makeup. But I just loved the outlet of it. So I started my YouTube channel. First it was if you go way back to my channel when I first started, I did a lot of DIY stuff. Because I love to, so I love doing any kind of oh, that's a choking hazard. I love doing thrifting and any kind of DIY, anything to save money, and I love to redo things. I love to see a transformation that I did myself. So that was originally why I started, but then once I got pregnant, it completely changed. I still love to do DIYs, but my passion is more motherhood. I love being a mom, and the community that I've made on here on YouTube is amazing. The next question is, how did you and your husband meet? I actually got this 3 different times. 3 different questions asked this. So me and my husband actually went to high school together, but we didn't date. We just knew each other. One of my friends was his friend, and she actually, whenever I graduated, they have this bazaar. It's called a bazaar at my local wait, is this right? Yeah. Local church in town. There's this thing, it's called a bazaar. I don't know if they have it other places or not. Am I doing this right? And they, she set us up. She's like, oh, I have someone that'll be perfect for you. I'm like, yeah, okay. So we actually went on a date, and we actually didn't like each other, at all. So then 2 years later, just randomly, one of my friends called me and he was with him. And I was busy, but I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen him in forever. Tell him to text me. And then, the rest is history. We've been together for 8 years now. It'll be 9 years in 2019, so good. But yeah, so we went to high school together, but we didn't date in high school. How did you know your husband was the one you wanted to marry? And it's so funny. And actually, I'm going to answer this with another question because somebody asked, what was you and your husband's first date? So our first date was to Sonic. And he didn't drive or have a car at the time. So we had been texting and talking and all that. And I really wanted to see him, so I was like, well, let's go to Sonic. So I went and I picked him up, but I remember having this conversation with my best friend Jessica before I left her house to go get him, and I was like, what if it's like super awkward and we're stuck in the car, because Sonic was like a 15-minute drive. So I was like, what if we're stuck in the car for literally like a half hour and we have nothing to talk about? Because I hate awkward situations and I just make them even more awkward. So I was like, look, I don't know if I can do this. And my best friend looked at me and she was like, listen, what if he's the one? This is so cheesy to look back now. And she was like, but like, what's 30 minutes of your life? If it's awkward, cool, it was only 30 minutes. But what if he's like the one that you're supposed to be with? 30 minutes is nothing. I was like, okay, I'll take the risk. So cheesy. But literally I picked him up and we couldn't stop talking. And we got there and he only had $1. Oh my, how times have changed, because now I'm the one that has to borrow money from him. But, so I had to give him 6 cents for tax on his Sunday. But we literally couldn't stop talking the entire time, like that whole 30 minutes we just literally just like talked about everything. And that was the first time that I literally felt 100% comfortable around a boy. That's so funny to say, but like a boy that I liked. So like I have friends that are guys that I would be super comfortable around, but like the first time that like a guy that I liked, like I felt like super comfortable. So whenever we got home, I literally looked at Jessica and I said, I'm gonna marry him. It's so funny, you could ask Jessica, because I literally said that. It's just so weird to look back on, because I knew then he was the one. And it's hard to pinpoint one thing, but mostly it was because I literally had a connection. I had never felt like that with somebody else, ever. And I feel like I'm that person that thinks like you have a soulmate, and I think he's my soulmate. Like I've never clicked with anybody like I've clicked with him. He's literally my best friend and my love of my life, all in one. How many kids would you like in your family? Family is beautiful, I love you. Oh, you're so sweet. He wanted 2 and I wanted 4, so we compromised with 3. And then I literally had a revelation the other day, and I was like looking at Elodie like, oh my gosh, this little girl is like the sweetest little baby ever. And we had such a tough time conceiving her that I'm just so happy with her and content that like if we don't have any other kids, I will be completely happy with Elodie. Like I love her. She's just like the perfect little baby. And she makes me super happy. So I would like other kids because I'm an only child. I always wanted siblings, and I want my kid to have like a bond with somebody else. Yeah. So, I mean, I would love to have 3. But if we just have Elodie, then that's cool too. So another question I got regarding babies was, when are you going to have more kids? I want them to be like 2.5 years apart. It's good age gap. So we'll probably start trying in August, September, October, around that area of 2019. Okay, best memory of 2018 is 100% having my little baby. It's so crazy. Like, it literally changes your life becoming a mom. Next one is, if you lived on base, what was your experience like? Any trouble finding a job? Okay, we did not live on base. We chose not to live on base just because we have 2 dogs and they're obnoxiously crazy, so I don't even know if they'd be allowed to be on base. And there's like too many restrictions, and it ends up costing like legit the same to live on base than it is off base, and you get nicer housing if you live off base. So that's why we chose that. And trouble finding a job? Heck yes. I literally applied everywhere, and I don't know if it's because like my Indeed said like all of my past jobs were in Pennsylvania. I don't know if they thought I was like, oh, there goes my tree. They thought that like it was a fluke and I didn't mean to apply for that job, but I didn't have a job. So when we moved to Tennessee, I didn't work. I just stayed at home and cleaned and cooked and got ready to be a stay-at-home mom. Same girl asked, how was the first couple months living with your husband? So me and my husband actually moved in together legit probably like 9 months into our relationship. He moved into my mom's house with me. Definitely more difficult living with your significant other because you just learn like their quirks and things that annoy you. like not picking up socks, or like, I'm gonna insert a video of how he takes his socks off and leaves them. So I mean, things like that, but you definitely have to work out your situations, like learn to compromise. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Washington, Pennsylvania. It's a little bit south of Pittsburgh, and like legit my whole family's there. Not a question, but just wanted to tell you you're rocking this whole motherhood thing. Thank you. You are so sweet, because being a mom is hard. Okay, so here's some more. What's your favorite thing to do for dinner? Favorite place to go for dinner? Hunger. Sorry, Sarah, I didn't read the end of this, or I would have answered you right then. But my favorite thing to make for dinner is always tacos, or like Mississippi pot roast. Oh, that's my all-time favorite. My favorite place to go is Old Chicago. That's more of like a southern thing. I love their pizza and their pretzel sticks with jalapeno cheese dip. It's so good. What was the best, worst part of being pregnant and giving birth? What about for Zach? So I asked Zach last night. Let me open it because it's really loud. I asked Zach last night. So he said the best part of me being pregnant was feeling the baby move. I don't know if he answered the worst part about being pregnant. But the best part about birth for him was seeing Elodie come out. He said, like, seeing her for the first time, obviously. And then he said the worst part was waiting. My labor was amazing, FYI. Like, I had a really good labor. I was super chill, and I'm usually not a chill person. I have anxiety, so I didn't have drugs. I had an epidural, but my labor was really good. So for me, the best part about pregnancy was feeling her inside of there and like watching my body change. It was just amazing to like know I was growing a human. It's like the craziest thing to think about, like when she's in there and you're like, oh my God, I am legit growing a human being. It's just so weird. So the worst part about being pregnant was the morning sickness. My first trimester, I lost 15 pounds because I couldn't keep anything down, and everything, the smell of anything made me want to vom everywhere. So there's that. And then the best part about birth was them sitting her, like seeing, like Zach said, seeing her come out, but like putting her on my chest for the first time, like, oh, that feeling is just so, oh, I just love her so much. And then the worst part, I wouldn't say was like birth. I guess it's after birth, but the stitches. That was the worst. And my house is collapsing. So this one says, I love your style. Where do you get your pieces? And know how to match them up. Future video idea. Oh, that would be a fun video. So, thank you. I used to be way more into like fashion than I am now. I get a lot of my pieces Marshalls and Ross. I'm a really cheap person, and I'm more about finding a bargain than spending lots of money on like a great piece. Styling them together, I get a lot of my like inspiration off of Pinterest. I see something and then I literally go to the store looking for that outfit. What has been your biggest challenge as parents? Zach answered this question last night, and he said, trying not to F it up. And I would probably say the same. It's like an everyday struggle to like, am I doing it right? Am I a good mom? That's like a struggle every day. Like, am I doing it right? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? But at the end of the day, you have to just tell yourself that as long as she's happy and healthy, then that is all that matters. And so any tips for couples out there, because you guys are rocking it? Thank you, but we're not rocking it. I feel like if you see pictures on Instagram and things, Instagram is legit for aesthetic purposes. Like, people know that Instagram is like not real. Me and Zach bicker at each other every day. But we are two totally different people. So like I said before, compromise is the biggest thing. you have to compromise to make a relationship work. And now that we're long distance, which I'm gonna make a video about probably after Vlogmas, but long distance makes it a lot harder because you have to make that time count when you are with that person, and when you're not with that person, it's hard because if you get into a fight, then you can't like hug it out or like touch them or anything. So it's a lot harder, but I will say we are not like, I feel like we rock it to our best ability, but nobody's perfect, and our relationship is definitely not perfect. I don't want anybody to think that it is, because that's unrealistic. But at the end of the day, you just have to know that like, I love this person and I want to work on me and this person's relationship forever and not give up. So that's what we do. We choose each other every day. How did your marriage change after having a baby? So it definitely changed. The sexy time, let's just go there. For the first couple months, we had to schedule because we had no time. We had to be like, okay, Elodie's gonna go to bed at 8. We have like a 20-minute window, so we gotta get it in then. I was never spontaneous. That's not who I am. He's very spontaneous, so I feel like for him, he couldn't be as spontaneous as he used to be. We have to like plan an extra hour to get out of the house. So I wish we could have more date nights and things like that than we do. But our relationship, I don't think really changed. I feel like we got a little stronger because now like we have to like kick ass because we have a baby looking at us, and I want her to grow up and be like, oh my gosh, mom and dad love each other. So I just feel like we push that much harder for baby Elodie. What's your most recent mom fail moment? I have no idea. I have a lot of those. Most embarrassing moment. There's a couple, she asked a couple ones. So my most embarrassing moment, I can't even believe I'm gonna say this on the internet. So when me and Zach first started dating, it was like right before we became official, we went to my friend's birthday party, and then we were walking to get to our ride that was picking us up. And I really had to pee. And I had heels on, my feet were hurting, and I was like, oh, my feet hurt so bad. And Zach's like, oh, let me pick you up. And I was like, no, 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 no. And he picked me up like from my belly and like threw me over his shoulder, and his shoulder like jabbed into my bladder, and I legit was like, psh, pee came running out, like not running, shooting out all down my legs and like legit all down him. And we weren't official yet. Obviously it worked out, but I peed on him and he still put a ring on it. Menstrual cup or tampon? So tampons currently, actually just started my period after having her 2 weeks ago. Sucks. But I really want to try the menstrual cup. So if you use the menstrual cup, which one do you use? And what are your best tips? Because I am looking into that. Tell us your first date. Oh, I already answered that. Would you rather be incredibly beautiful and stupid, or very ugly and super intelligent? I would love to be beautiful, obviously, because I feel like I feel better on the inside when I feel better on the outside. But I would be ugly and super intelligent because you can accomplish more things if you're intelligent than if you're stupid and pretty. So but I just wanted to tell you guys that I am like forever grateful for this little community, and if you watch my videos and respond and like, and if I can be that person for you that puts a smile on your face just from watching this video, that is my goal. Like I just want to make you happy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, ah! All these choking hazards. So that's it for the questions. This guy is looking great. Look at him. You are beautiful. I think I'm gonna end now. I think I don't want to overdo it. I want to keep the simplicity of my little house. But I think she looks good. And I'm really excited that you guys asked me these questions. I hope I answered them fully, and you enjoyed this video, and make sure that you head on over to Mackenzie's Instagram and Mackenzie's channel to watch her video, because legit, she's hilarious, and I don't even, like, I'm laughing and I haven't seen her video because I can't wait to watch her video and listen to her answer these questions, because she's hilarious. Like, her answers are going to be funny, and I feel like her house making is going to be even more hilarious. So please make sure to check her out, and make sure if you liked this video to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe and hit that bell notification, because I'm doing Vlogmas Monday through Friday the whole month of December. So I will see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.
It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't wanna miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face.